Hello, Sanbonani, Dumelang Molweni. Welcome to Asati Reviews. My name is Asati Nzelu, and in this video, I'll be doing a film review of the movie The Devil Wears Prada 2. The executive producers are Michael Bederman, Aline Brosh McKenna, and Karen Rosenfeld. The director is David Frankel. The cinematographer is Florian Bolhaus. The writer is Aline Brosh McKenna, and the main characters are Meryl Streep as Miranda Priestley, Anne Hathaway as Andy Sachs, Stanley Tucci as Nigel, as well as Emily Blunt as Emily. I have decided to title the movie The Tamed Devil. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is a sequel to The Devil Wears Prada, which came out in 2006. In the first The Devil Wears Prada, we see a fashion goddess with a sharp tongue that will read you for filth, as well as eyes that will put the final nail on the coffin. Miranda Priestley is the editor-in-chief of Runway, a New York-based fashion magazine that she runs with an iron fist. She is feared by everyone and people fall out of her way. Her two assistants, Emily and Andy, bear the brunt of it the most as they wither under her rule of terror. In the sequel, The Devil Wears Prada 2, we see a softer Miranda who in her senior years struggles to adapt to the digital age as well as the new age way of treating staff. We start off by seeing Andy being fired from her newspaper via text due to the death of print, as she is at an award show getting an award for her outstanding journalism. By a stroke of luck, Andy immediately receives a call from the executives of Runway's parent company to come and usher the magazine into the new era. Miranda is obviously not pleased with that, and she picks up where she left off by mistreating her, just as she did 20 years ago. In an effort to restore Runway to its former glory, Miranda and team must meet up with advertisers, and one of the most important advertisers is Dior, who happens to be run by a former assistant, Emily. She watches in contempt as the Emilys bask in the reunion. Of course, Emily throws her weight around so that she can prove that she is now her former boss's equal, and Miranda sits back and watches her prance. To get into Miranda's good books, Andy goes on a hunt to secure an interview with the woman that Miranda adores. This woman has been off the public eye for 3 years, but Andy is determined, and so she searches high and low to get him. Fortunately for her, she is successful, and Miranda gets an opportunity to sit down with her idol, Sasha Barnes. Sasha is impressed with the new pieces being written at Runway, and because of that, she gives them an exclusive scoop. When the leader of Runway's parent company passes away suddenly, Miranda faces an extensive humiliation ritual at the hands of the son who has now inherited the company. She goes from private chauffeurs and business class flights to having meetings in the canteen, taking Ubers and economy flights. Andy cannot bear seeing Miranda take a beating, and she derives a plan with Emily to save her by convincing Emily's rich boyfriend to buy Runway and save Miranda from the torment of the new leader. Unbeknownst to Andy, Emily has ulterior motives. When Emily's devious plan is exposed, Andy begs Miranda to wake up the beast in her and fight for Runway. Miranda finally heeds the call, and with Andy by her side, they derive a plan to save Runway from both the brat that inherited it as well as from Emily. And during this entire process, Miranda realizes how much she had missed the thrill of being a shark, whilst Andy realizes that a leopard cannot change its spot. Miranda Priestley will always be Miranda Priestley, no matter what. Other than showing us the frictions of evolution from print to digital, it also showed us the different manifestations of Stockholm Syndrome. Whilst we see Andy sucking up to Miranda, seeking her approval, we see Emily seeking validation through fighting tooth and nail to have Miranda see her as an equal. If there is any lesson to take away from this movie, it is that closed mouths never get fed. We see this by how overlooked Nigel was for decades and how Miranda never even noticed that she was overlooking him because he never spoke out and voiced his desires. This movie was very painful to watch. It gave us a softer and censored Miranda who is contrary to the Miranda that we knew and loved. The Miranda we saw in the sequel was a tamed beast, and it felt like watching her humiliation ritual. Since when did Miranda have a boss that she whimpers to and begs for a promotion from? Even the moment where she finally awoke the beast in her and decided to fight for Runway just did not shake the earth. The sequel felt less prestigious than the prequel, and the writing felt very cheap and was flooded with on the nose dialogue. A lot of the moments were hurried through, such as the finding of Sasha Barnes and Andy's love interests. We did not even get to see them date. One moment they are meeting for the first time, the next they are in a full-blown relationship. This inconsistent characterization was also apparent in Andy's whimpering and shaking and seeking of Miranda's approval. How can a lady who is painted to have been the cream of the crop in journalism, winning awards, and 20 years later still be whimpering like a little girl to her old boss? When the prequel ended, Andy had been brave enough to stand up to Miranda and leave Runway, but now in the sequel, all of that characterization has regressed. She is back to fighting for crumbs of Miranda's approval. I did not particularly enjoy the sequel. It felt like watching a collection of deleted scenes. There were so many missed opportunities that could have been used to cater to the audience's nostalgia but were not utilized. For example, that last scene when Miranda is back in her element could have been a reference to the iconic scene in the prequel where she arrives in the office and everyone falls to the wayside, ensuring that they are in the right positions and have their ducks in the row. Even the iconic line, "That's all," left much to be desired. Suffices to say, the sequel did not meet my expectations. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this film review. Please do like, subscribe, and comment down below under the hashtag Asati Reviews.